pick up
Yeah.
us,
Okay,
just in
cool.
case.
Random questions.
So we're gonna start off with a little game, kind of to
Okay.
Icebreaker.
icebreaker. Yeah, this game is called Word Blurred.
Word blurred.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what you do is we're gonna say a word, and the first word that comes to your mind, you just blurt it as fast as you can.
There's no backpedaling either. You just gotta
Okay.
bam.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, we will start off with
Go.
pizza,
Cheese.
Husband.
Wife.
commercials.
Breaks.
Huh?
Like commercial break.
Commercial break.
Yeah, I was like finishing the word. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Commercials, TV. Yeah, that works too.
God.
Faith.
Cartoons.
Drawings.
St. Louis.
Best city ever.
I like that little
Can you
shout
say
out.
that? Can you say that right there on the camera, please?
Best city ever.
Hey.
St.
Wedding.
Louis. Bride.
Axe throwing.
Me.
Oh, you.
We heard you got the kill shot. That's what we
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's my new
Kill shot.
hobby. It's gonna be.
I was gonna say, did you retire? Because I saw there was that little video, and you're like,
I
I'm
know,
done.
that's the thing. It's like when you end on like a really great shot, like you don't want to mess it up, you know? You just
wanna
want to
be-
go
and, like-
down in history. As
like MJ, you know, like you retired those first 2 times.
And then you came back.
Yeah.
You should come
Yeah.
back. She's like, MJ, what? Do you do basketball? Are you into basketball?
I'm into basketball, yeah. I am. Well, because my husband was like a basketball player.
So is that like now that you're married and he's a
now I'm
basketball
into
player?
it. Yeah.
Now
Now I'm like slowly getting into it.
okay. Is there like a team that you like to watch?
I'm always a Lakers fan because I'm in LA, you know what I
Right,
mean? So
right.
like Cali girl, Lakers, yeah.
So
So I
now-
have to stay loyal.
So not a Clippers though.
Clippers are cool. So Clippers would be second, I guess. So they gotta have
Okay.
loyalty. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
have you got
Like
any?
this is a real test right now. How much do you know about basketball?
Nah.
I will assume that your husband's into basketball a little
Yeah.
bit with his little history.
Yeah.
Does he has been keeping up with like the March Madness at all as well?
Yeah. I haven't, but yeah,
Okay.
he has for sure.
He probably has like 8 brackets turned in.
Yeah, he knows all the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know like about Zion. That's the name I keep hearing.
Right,
So,
because my husband's into basketball as well, and
Yeah.
he's always like, "You do your college brackets?" I'm like, "I don't care. Like, I don't care." Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you don't care? I'm like, I mean, I care because you care,
Right,
but like,
right.
I don't know.
We try.
So, pretty much.
Did you do a bracket yet this year? or
No.
Okay, yeah.
didn't.
I did
Should
not.
I? Is it too late?
Yeah, it's late.
Oh, okay.
Game's already started.
Never mind.
I'll be honest. I just did auto draft, so I don't
Yeah?
have the auto
Oh,
fill.
wow.
So
Yeah, I just heard there's like crazy chances of like getting a perfect. It's like impossible
Right.
to get
Yeah.
a perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm losing. Like, we have this pool going on at our at the station.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, I'll be a part of it. No big deal. Whatever. I just like picked things based on like the teams based on their rankings.
Yeah.
I'm like last. I'm dead last. Everybody else who also
Oh,
know
no.
nothing about basketball are winning, and I'm like, good thing I don't care. But if I was winning, I'd be mad excited, right? I don't care. I don't care.
Whatever.
So change your mind. We're playing
Yeah.
that song on Boost.
Thanks.
You're very welcome. I love
That's
it.
awesome.
But it's like you're pleading, obviously, like, you know, change your mind. So
Yeah.
who's that song in reference to?
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious in the song. I literally say "dad" in the song.
Yeah.
but yeah, I wrote that song right after we got engaged, and yeah, the parentals weren't too happy about it. But now things have smoothed out. So I think it was like initial shock, and I think it's also just hard to like let your daughter go. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm the oldest and stuff, and so. Yeah, it's just, you know, family stuff is always kind of crazy, but I had to get that song out because it really was a difficult thing for me to go through, and I'm just glad the song was like therapeutic for me, and now there's been a lot of healing since then.
That's
So.
awesome.
did that song almost help with that process with your family?
I don't know. I think I didn't play it for anyone for a long time, so it was more like for me internally as like, you know, going through it, and a lot of my songs are like that where it starts out being kind of selfish, like I need to write this song for my own feelings,
Like
and
therapy,
then
just
and I
Yeah.
think that the coolest thing about songwriting is because it does for me start out selfish, and then being, you know, at a show, and then suddenly the song grows beyond just me, and I'm seeing other people like relate to it, and I'm hearing stories about it. So that transition is cool, for it to go from this thing that just started inside, and then other people are singing along, you know.
Now, has your dad always given you, or your family's always have they always given you a hard time when it came to whoever you were possibly dating at the moment, or it's just the situation is just different?
I think the situation's just different. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. They've been kind of strict, I guess, like in a good way. I think they did a pretty decent job in raising me. Yeah, I love my parents.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, first off, congratulations as well for almost a year of marriage.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I know with marriage, they say like the first year can be pretty tough because as you're learning about each other and everything like that.
She laughs.
What's something you and your husband have put into place to kind of help with your marriage thus far during this first year?
That's a good question. Prayer is huge for us. So we can tell when we've gone a while. It's like we haven't even like prayed together in a sec, because faith is a big part for both of us. Is huge. So I think we go a while and then it's like, oh, we need to like make, because we want to make that a habit. I think in our marriage. So I'd say that's something we're like really trying to put in place. It helps a lot.
I mean, you can tell even like on your own. Like for example, if I'm out of pocket with God or not prayer time or even just reading your word, like you can, after a while you start to feel that.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the dynamic, even like, I mean, marriage, like husband and wife, you're married as well. It's just when that connection isn't there, you're like, okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, it starts with you first, and then, if you're not getting filled, then how can you pour out love to someone else, you know what I mean?
Right. So as when you guys are dating, even now being married, are there any like traditions that you guys picked up along the way that you're like, okay, we definitely got to hold on to that?
Ooh, I don't know. I almost feel like that stuff is kind of being figured out now. Like, I don't know if we had anything in dating where we like, let's keep doing. I guess, I would say prayer again. We tried to pray together too while we were dating, but I don't know. It's still fresh. I think everything feels really fresh. So we'll see. I'll ask me that again like next year.
Okay.
And you guys start anything for like Christmas or even think for Easter coming up pretty soon?
Easter, yeah. No, we don't have anything. Well, I guess we would have had our first Christmas together this last Christmas, but that was cool because it was like our first Christmas just like in our own home. Because every time before that was like with our families, so we just had like Christmas morning and then. So that's, I guess, like a cool tradition, It's cool.
That's impressive that the first year you guys got to have it just to yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, we're all, like, our families live really close, too, so we just, like, had the morning and then we went.
Okay, because usually it's like,
them.
All right, so your parents' house.
Yeah.
Your parents' house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's convenient. They're all kind of, like, in the same area.
Do they all know each other? Both your parents pretty well?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they know each other,
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I've heard that with this tour that you're on right now, it's been one of the hardest tours ever.
Yeah.
Why is that? What's been the tough part? Like emotionally, mentally, physically? Like what's?
Yeah. I think I posted about that on my Instagram, and I think it's just there's a few different ways that it's difficult. I think like first of all, just me. I have my really good friend Mateus playing guitar with me, but I think so that helps a ton. But I'm playing guitar like most of the show too, so I think that physically is, you would think like running around the stage would actually be more tiring, but I think something about just like standing in one place and your mental focus is on like two different things at the same time. So I think that's one way that it's way harder than any other tour I've done. It's just a little more for me to carry, I guess. And then also just the songs that I'm singing, all these new songs that some people have heard them, but they're like unreleased songs.
Right.
So I think that's always kind of a scary thing for an artist. Is like, hey, here's like some new music that's not, you're hearing it live.
I'm kind of like exposing myself here.
Yeah, so I think the vulnerability can be like emotionally draining too. Like I'm finding after the shows, I'm just like, good night. but it's all like so amazing. Like I have nothing to complain about because I feel like this type of tour, just being stripped down, is like the perfect next step for this new body of work that's going to be coming out. I think it just fits perfectly.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say, how's your voice? I mean, especially because there's not a lot of other people on this tour.
No, yeah,
it's
it's more on me vocally too than any other tour. It's actually good though. I mean, I give a lot of credit to my vocal coach because we train together like every day, and I say train because it really does. He compares it to like being an athlete, like
right.
you really do have to like stretch and warm up and all that. So, but it feels good. I think in between shows, like I try to take it easy, kind of talk lightly, and but yeah, warming up is key for me.
So you said this next story. Are you gonna release these songs?
I knew you were gonna.
You know that I go. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, yes. I don't know what else I can say.
Okay.
But
all right. Yes. You answered the question.
What form? What context?
Podcast.
Can't say. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm releasing a podcast.
Yeah.
No, right.
Oh, I said Comcast. I was like, oh.
No, not Comcast. Podcast. What would you tell 12-year-old Tori?
Wow. I would tell her she's gonna get rejected a lot from the music industry. So I was already kind of in the industry when I was 12. I was signed to a label. So I would tell her like, hey, I know you think this is like your big break or whatever, but you're still a kid. Like, you have a lot of time to figure it out, and just try to be like a normal kid, because your time it's gonna all make sense like way later. That's what I would say.
You know, you said you were 12. You were in industry already then.
Yeah.
And I know that at one point, like, record deals had fallen through, and there was American Idol, and there was all that nonsense. And how do you feel like that rejection has molded you into the person you are today?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I think I'm able now to get on stage every night, and it just, I don't know. It feels like I'm not striving for anything more than what I already have. You know what I mean? I wrote a song called Confetti a long time ago. I was like 18 when I wrote it, and it was, I always hear that song and I'm like, oh, that's still relevant, because it's just basically saying like the lyric is like, people seem to think you'll be happier when you reach the top. So we're always looking at, you know, the next best thing, or grass is greener type of thing. But it's basically, that song is saying like, it's cool to dream, like definitely have goals and like strive to be better and stuff, but you know, if it doesn't happen, or if I guess just even if it doesn't happen, like you can be cool, and also like that just means your route is being redirected, you know, into a different
working that out.
Yeah, exactly. And so I had to learn that kind of like the hard way, I guess. But now it's just crazy listening to that song, because it's like, oh yeah, I'm cool with what I have right now, but at the same time I'm still, you know, striving for my goals. So it's like this tension kind of.
I love that. It's like, I get it. Like you're striving, but you're like, okay, I still want to be humble in this strive.
Yeah.
Like,
and like whatever happens, like meant to be. There's like, you know,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So kind of when you're taking a break a little bit, away from, you know, singing on stage and doing all the recording, I hear you like to do a little karaoke here and there.
Where did you hear that?
Karaoke parties
from Instagram.
We don't want to let our sources out like that, because it would be wrong to let the sources out. But
I don't even know how it happens. Like, it starts out as like, oh, game night, and then it turns into like, let's look up karaoke videos on YouTube, and just like, someone has a speaker in their car, and it literally turns into karaoke. Yeah, because it's all, you know, all like the musician homies and stuff, and so they always have like something. So literally, like my friend had a microphone in his car and a whole setup, and then we just did karaoke.
That's crazy.
Do you have a go-to song, like when it's karaoke time?
Oh yeah,
like, yes.
Anything Britney Spears.
Okay.
That's like my warm-up. You know,
One more time.
Yeah.
The warm-up.
Exactly. No, you did it. Yeah, that's the warm-up
She's like, no,
song. And then I think just anything like 90s is kind of a go-to. I don't have like a specific song, but I have like an era.
Like what kind of like 90s music?
Like you could go R&B 90s.
That's his heart right there. Yeah.
That's your go-to.
Boyz II Men, Blackstreet all for
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
New Edition a little bit. You know.
Yeah, you and Andre, you and my husband should karaoke together.
Oh man.
Top R&B 90s all day. Too.
Right. It's silly because like he's my co-host and somebody's morning show, and every once in a while we'll just like bust out in song in the middle on air, and then we're like, oh, that was weird, and then we just kind of like move on, but it's always like it's like old school like R&B vibe to it. Yeah, so it's like whatever.
Keep doing that.
So that's his heart right there. Go for it.
Oh, you got that.
Oh, cool. What's something that you geek out over?
Ooh.
Aside from music, what's something you like to geek out over?
Food.
Uh-huh.
It's real. She's smiling because she knows. I'm
Kamari.
Hi. Yes.
You wanna come sit? You wanna come sit in?
Why not? Sorry.
Come on
I got
down.
I don't know where you want to sit.
Come on down.
Yay!
That's supposed to happen.
Where's this going?
Yeah, what's happening? I feel like this is a setup.
Let's talk about why we fangirl over food.
Oh, well, because it's food. Hey,
Yeah.
Food's a thing.
I'm interviewing you now.
Oh, okay. I mean, food's like from the lore, like
Yeah.
he made it.
Yeah. But I
made
think-
it taste good.
Yeah, I think we get excited about like a balanced lifestyle. So we like to eat healthy, and then it makes us geek out over cheat days.
Right. Food
Because-
tastes better.
Yeah.
After
true.
you've kind of
Yeah.
like let it chill, like you're not eating like a psycho, your taste buds get
Right.
to reset.
Right.
And then like
Yeah.
the kind of naughtier foods taste insane.
Yeah.
The naughty.
And-
The
Like
naughty,
pizza?
like pizza, yeah.
No, but this is us. This is really us. Like we'll be eating, like we'll be at a bomb spot. Like she'll Yelp something or whatever, and we'll be eating, and we'll literally be talking about what we're gonna eat next.
Yep.
Y'all are
As
right.
we're eating.
Y'all are like,
So
yo.
to answer your question, yeah, food is definitely, I think,
She's not lying.
Has there been any like standout foods on this tour thus far?
standout foods.
Ooh.
Yeah.
LA was dope. So we're
Yeah.
eating like all plant-based
Yeah.
for this
Okay.
tour.
Well, like
so
vegan
now
style.
like
Yeah.
cheat meals or cheat moments actually taste insane when you're like, I had chicken today.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Baked
know?
chicken.
Like,
Just
still
Still healthy.
I just
Still
had like a
healthy
little
chicken.
piece of like a lemon like pepper chicken
Yeah.
wing.
Oh,
Max?
Apparently
That is
St.
good
Louis.
though.
Is it called Max? Is that a place here? No, Max.
We're hearing that it has the
Chicken.
like St. Louis is a place for.
Well, then I'm glad.
for fried
Yeah.
chicken.
I'm glad you know that.
Right? You need to ask the homie, Harvey. But yeah, so like we've been eating plant based, so our cheat moments are like I just had the most amazing salmon, and it's like, wow, the flavors.
And Kentucky Fried Chicken never tastes so good.
Right.
Yeah, so we basically deprive ourselves.
Right.
Like when
I
we
don't want
have.
to call it deprived.
I know, yeah. No, it's
I don't
not
feel
depriving,
deprived
'cause that's
at all.
a negative word. That's
Right.
like, so it's, what would you say? You just.
Well, it's just
Balance.
it's balance.
It's balance.
Yeah, because it's not
Yeah.
like I let her have Sour Patch Kids.
I let her
Yeah.
Well, she'll ask me.
She regulating you?
No, I
Only because she'll come and ask
I
me.
asked her,
Okay.
And I'm like, chill.
I just wanna be a good student, you know?
Aww.
Which
And
is
I'm
great.
like a perfectionist though too, so I'm like, Mom, can I?
It's literally mom.
Does she have to call you that?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she does call me mom.
Oh my god. How long have you guys been friends?
Oh shoot, I think it's like almost 6 years now. It feels like way longer.
Yeah,
But
6 years.
Did you guys
No,
know
it's
each other
been-
before you like you
I think as the come up was
Yeah,
happening,
it
but
was
she'd
probably-
been doing it for a minute.
It was like my second EP was coming
Yeah.
out, and she was like in the studio, like listening to
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
It's a good time. I miss those
Yeah.
days. What a
Kamari
thrill.
Copeland, everyone.
Hey!
Sabotage,
Yes,
sabotage.
Tori Kelly, Kamari,
What a
Yoshi, JBo.
What a
What a
way.
names.
What
Such
a
great
way.
names.
Yeah.
I love it.